Notice anything different? No hat. It's a reliably cloudy day so far. It rained last night a lot, and that was really pleasant. No, it was the night before last. And really, really great. The whole feeling of the place has changed. The dust is going to go down. I might get stuck in the sun, but it won't heat up as much because it is a cloudy day. This is the nearing the end of May, and really the end of May and the month of June are really one of the best months here. I think October is the other one because everything's green in October after the rains. So this feels really nice because hats also trap some heat on your head. I don't even have sunglasses. I didn't even bring them. I think I forgot them. I've got my orange bag here, and that's because I'm going to walk 20 minutes to town, approximately. Holy shit, it's already midday. God damn. See, normally I would go walking in the morning when it's still cool out, but I was working on other stuff, trying to get my things organized. And I got my orange bag here because I've got some people coming and they like to eat fresh foods, fruits and veggies, which is also something I should eat more of. And the little town I'm going to doesn't have a lot of that. Sometimes trucks come by, but I don't know when they're going to come by. And in the past, there's been a guy that came by in a truck, and I had his number, and he would actually text me that he was coming by, and then I would go over and buy stuff from him. That was probably my most reliable way to get fresh fruits and veggies reliably. But if I start buying them in the local stores, because one of them has bananas sometimes, which I particularly like, and so today I'm going to visit every store I can. I've got my GPS with me, I think. Shit. Yeah, I do. And I'm going to GPS every store, and that way I can make a map, and I can say what that store has of interest to me or to visitors I trust enough to go into town and not fuck up my reputation. The folks that are coming, I've got on the schedule for May. No, wait, this is May. June. Are used to walking about 20 minutes to buy fruits and veggies and walking up a hill. Now the guys also talked about getting an ATV, which would be a lot better because then he could go further and get more stuff. I should get an ATV as well. I mean, I need to walk, but it's going to become increasingly annoying to walk around. The other issue is when it is the rains, when the rainy season comes, you might get rained on. So having like a tub on the back of an ATV where you can put your stuff you bought would be pretty great. I don't know. And you might ask why the gardens aren't full of food. Well, it's been the dry season and I don't irrigate. So one lady that was here for quite a while, and a few times actually, she had a bucket garden of greens, and that could easily be done again. We can have really rich soil and have buckets that hold that moisture in better, with just a small hole at the bottom, and then they can just be full of salad greens, which you're continually harvesting off of, just plucking off leaves. But most agriculture here is seasonal, and I can improve that by growing things that store better in greenhouses, in root cellars, and also, making like 5-gallon things of kimchi and having other ways to eat healthy without refrigeration and without access to continual foods. Also, I can extend my growing season by improving my microclimates I have a ravine that I could actually grow more stuff in for more of the year than other parts. So if I can extend my growing season by, let's say, a month and a half on either side, that's 3 months more of growing time. That would be pretty impressive. So, and there's some stuff that, like fruits and things, that fruit way after annual plants would be gone. And of course, the food here is not that expensive. It's a great agricultural region. And so, to be honest, it hasn't been my biggest priority. But I've been eating crap. I've been eating pasta all the time. Pasta and beer. That's why I got a beer belly a little bit, which I don't really like. And I'm going to make a plan to get rid of. And part of that is eating healthier food. And also part of it is, even though I have an overwhelming number of physical projects to do here, overwhelming amount of landscaping and everything else, if I can pick areas that I know I'm not going to bulldoze later, I'm not going to have a mechanical solution for it, and it's all just going to be machete work, which I usually would rather hire out or have people who want to get exercise do it. But I am one of those people who needs some exercise. I don't know that I want to do it. I like to think about things and design things, and I can spend the whole day on the computer. I'm perfectly fine. But getting out, especially in weather like this, when it isn't beating down hot sun, and starting to sculpt it would teach me some things I don't know. About what I think I know, but I don't. Like, I've got pine trees with low branches that are not very useful for anything, and so I want to cut those away in various areas so you can actually walk around in that area. Right now you can't even walk around in there. I've got places where branches have fallen for years, and so you can't walk through because they're just branches all over the ground. They're dead. Well, I can start collecting that and get my wheelbarrow going and fill it up, haul wood in, and then I can have fires at night. Not so much for heat, although night does get chilly here any time of the year, really, especially in the winter. But it's really pleasant to be outside in the summer, and it's pleasant to have a fire, not just for the heat, but for the light. It's just a luxury item, really. And it would be a reason to clean the forest up, because so much of it you can't walk around. I used to have trails in places I don't now. They've all grown over, and I need to go around with my GPS to each spot anyway, because now I've got the drone map, and so it's going to help me with planning. And so I need to clear trails to get to some places to even be thinking about them. And yeah, I could get out the weed whacker and do it, but if I want exercise anyway, and I can use my right hand, and then sometimes I use my machete in my left hand, it's not as elegant, but I would improve. And that's probably, I think, I have weird theories, I don't believe some of the things I say or say I believe, but I think using your non-dominant hand, unless you're completely ambidextrous already, I think it actually probably develops your brain better. I made that up, but look, there's a Shar-Pei up here. This is a little Shar-Pei dog that sometimes comes through here, and I just saw it the other day for the first time in many, many months. Hi, Shar-Pei dog. You can't go that way, it's too steep. Hi there, you have a very lumpy face, but you're cutums. Hi, cutums. Hi, cutie. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Shar-Pei does not trust me. I wonder where that Shar-Pei eats. It's not starving to death. Hi, Shar-Pei dog. Do you want to join my pack? You can only join my pack if you're friendly to me. And I'm going to get you sterilized. Actually, I'm not that interested in having that dog join. A dog that's already, wary of people to too high a degree, it's just impossible. They're not really my dog. I have this black dog that hangs around, and I've never even touched it, except I grazed it a couple times when I walked by it and it didn't know I was there. But it won't let me get anywhere near it or pet it. It's kind of a bummer. It's not really my dog. So what are we talking about? Oh, improving health. The other thing is that there's people that want to come here and have a very healthy experience, like eating right and all that. And in the past, that has been something provided by the kitchen, but right now the kitchen is me, and I just don't give enough fucks to care. It's a very bad attitude. So, well, the sun's coming out a little bit, but 90% of the sky is clouds. So we'll see what happens. Weather here can change real quick. I've got garbage bags in my backpack so that if it does rain, I can dump my wallet. I don't even have my wallet. I can dump my camera into it. And so yeah, I think I'm being motivated by people coming here. I've cleaned up a couple houses now, which means I paid someone else to do it. And trying to clean me up a little bit. And just getting more ambitious. Still though, my list of things to do is just daunting. But my hope is that anybody who comes here actually starts to help reduce the list of things to do and increase the number of projects that are actually active, functioning, and creating an income. I'm never going to have a public place to go. I just see too much problems with that. And I'd rather start it kind of as a club. Locate which of my old friends would want to come here and message a bunch of them and have a thing they can read about my visions and what I've done so far and what I want to do, and see it, then they can see if they fit in with those ideals and goals, and then they can recommend their friends with great caution. I'll probably invite some notable people that I like. Just saw a documentary about a guy who is primarily a comedian, actually. And he seems like he'd be great to invite down, particularly in the winter, since he lives up in Canada, in a snowy, cold place in the winter. So for him coming down here in the winter, he'd be probably real happy about it. Maybe, seems like a cool guy, very goofy, total goofball. So that's it for now.